Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, hello, my name is Choua, and on my channel I do updates about my lifestyle, health, food, and beauty, and today is part 1 of my makeup inventory. Now, the actual inventory parts I did record earlier on in July. I have just been really busy with life, with work, and so I have been editing those parts, but I just never really got around to filming the intros and outros for those parts. Makeup inventory? Wow, words are hard. But anyways, I really wanted to do this because I've been thinking about how much makeup I have brought into my collection lately and what makeup products I have decluttered since my last makeup inventory I did in March. And so I thought this one would be a little bit more in depth, where I talk about the products that are in my collection, and sometimes I would talk about like my plans for certain products and things that I would note that I've only tried a couple of times, and that kind of just helps me be able to gauge how much more attention I need. What am I saying? That just helps me gauge how many products I still need to pay attention to give it some more love, and what are some products that I have loved through and through that may not need all that attention that I've been giving to just, you know, kind of help me be able to see what in my collection, like what I'm reaching for, what is in my collection right now. Do I need more? Do I need less? Do I need to declutter some more and whatnot? But anyways, that's a really long intro for the first video. So for the first video, I am doing basically all of my face products. So it's my primers, oh my gosh, I cannot talk. So they are my primers, my foundations, my concealers, you know, all of the complexion and base products. So that is part 1, and I feel like I did do pretty good in this category. Or this part. This is kind of like a big category, and then I like kind of subcategorize things that are in this category, like foundation, concealer, and all of that. I think I did pretty good. You let me know if I did good or if I need to really focus on some of these products a little bit more. So enough talking, let's just jump right into the video. We started with 4 primers at the beginning of 2025, and now I have 3. I have 2 pore blurring primers here. I have the e.l.f. Velvet Finish Face Primer, and then I have the Benefit Professional Primer. This one is what I'm currently working through, and this one is the newest in my collection. I think I'm gonna work through this one first and then work through this one, and then I don't know if I'm going to get any more pore filling primers. We shall see, but I just want to get these done and out of my collection first. And then my only hydrating primer that I have right now is by Skin Inc. This is their Serum Glow Filter, and so as you can tell with the twist up kind of design on this, you can tell that I have used up a lot of it already too. I only use this primer when I need a little bit more hydration, especially if I'm going in with a drier formula when it comes to my complexion products. Alright, so when it comes to liquid foundations, I started with 3 liquid foundations, and now I have 6. And that is because, again, I feel like I say this in every video, but I am trying to figure out which formulas work best on my skin and find formulas that I can wear on a daily and for special occasions. And so I'm just trying to get to know these formulas a little bit more. This first one I depotted into my Laneige Sleeping Mask. This is the AOA Liquid Drop Foundation. And so this is how it looks like now. Definitely not a drop formula, I would say. It's very thick, but it could also be because the packaging was very faulty and there was already a rip in the pipette, so there must have been air exposure on the way to me, and so that's why it's so thick. So I am just trying to pan this and get it done in my collection. I don't want to have a product in my collection for too long if I know that it's not shelf stable. So yeah, that's why it's deposited into this. Next is my L'Oreal Infallible Foundation. This is in my project pan as well, and I really love this foundation. It does a really good job in hot and cold weather. I really like wearing this, especially during days where I'm going to be out in the public a lot and talking to a lot of people. The finish is just really gorgeous, so I really like this. And then this is my About Face foundation. This is the the Performer Skin Focus Foundation. This is an LM2 Neutral. And so this one I really love. I think this one might be my favorite foundation in my collection right now. And so I am using this sparingly because I don't want to use this up too quickly, because this is probably one of my most expensive foundations in my collection right now. And so I will probably grab another bottle if it's ever on sale. Next is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is in 220 Natural Beige. This is the matte formula. I accidentally got the matte formula. I usually wear the dewy formula, but I need to read the labels a little bit more carefully before I purchase things, because this is what happens. But anyways, it's a very gorgeous formula nonetheless. Sometimes I just have to wear more hydrating products beneath this for it to really not look so dry on me. But other than that, it's a good foundation as of right now. And then this one is my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one, again, I purchased in matte instead of dewy because I didn't read the information carefully. But I did purchase a better shade for me. This one is in Buff Bisque, when I think the original shade that I purchased in the dewy formula is like golden beige or something like that. And that shade was a little bit too yellow and warm on me. So this one works a lot better. I just kind of wish it was in a dewy formula, but it is what it is. Now that I've tried both the matte and dewy formula, I could say that I prefer the dewy one, but the matte one isn't bad either. And then the last liquid foundation I have in my collection is the CoverGirl Olay Simply Ageless foundation. This is the 3-in-1 foundation, and this is in the shade Buff Beige 225. This foundation is a little light on me, so I do have to bronze a little bit more when I wear this. I don't really have a final verdict of whether or not I like this or not, just because I've only worn it about 3 times since I purchased it. As of right now, it does look like foundation on the skin. It doesn't blend in seamlessly like my About Face foundation or my Infallible one, but this one is not too bad either. Yeah, that's all I have for this foundation. I don't really have a first impression or like a final review for this product yet. And then when it comes to foundation sticks, I started with 0 foundation sticks and now I have 2. I have ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Foundation Balm. This one is in a light 8. This is in the same shade I wear when it comes to the pressed powder. And then this is the AOA foundation stick. What is this called? Flawless Eraser Foundation Stick in Sand. This is my first ever actually foundation stick. This one is considered a foundation stick in my eyes too, but this one is a tinted foundation stick, so the coverage is not too much, versus this one, it's supposed to give you a lot of coverage. So I am still playing around with this one. I don't really know how I feel about it yet, but so far it's an okay foundation stick. I just wanted to see if I do like foundation sticks or if I prefer liquid, because I do have normal to dry skin depending on the day and the weather and my health status, but these are the only 2 that I purchased and have added to my collection so far, and they're okay products to me. Alright, so when it comes to powder foundations, I started with 1 and now I have 2. This is the L'Oreal True Match powder foundation in W4. This one I usually wear on light makeup days where I don't necessarily want a full face of liquid foundation, but I still want a little bit of coverage, so I will go and set the face with this sometimes. And same with this AOA Soft Touch Blurring Powder Foundation. This one is in M1. This one is also pretty good when it comes to setting the face, but this one does have a lot of kick up. So I feel like this one I use a little bit more powdered, a little bit more product than this one, just because of the kick up and everything. But so far, I only have 2 powder foundations, and I feel like that's all I really need. And then when it comes to tinted moisturizers and skin tints, I started with 1 and now I have 2. This is the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. This is in a shade medium. And this one, it is really hit or miss for me. There are days where I really love this on the skin, but then there are also days where I'm like, what the heck do I have on my face. So this one I have to be very careful with, and I have to have a lot of time to do my makeup to make this look flawless on the skin. But other than that, it's an okay product right now. I feel like I need to play with this a little bit more to really get to know it and see how it sits on my face, just because everyone's face, like skin type and textures is a little bit different. So there has been days where I absolutely hated this on the face, and there are days where I absolutely loved this on the face, especially for a very light makeup day. So I need to play with this a little bit more. And then this is my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is in shade Light Medium. And this is a very, very beautiful product. I love this so much. I like to wear this on lighter makeup days because it does make me look like I have a blank canvas to work on or work with, and it doesn't look heavy and cakey on my skin. And oh my gosh, it just feels so lightweight on my skin, and so I really, really like this product a lot. And then when it comes to BB or CC creams, I started with 1 and now I have 0 because I have decluttered it. When it comes to setting powders, I had 3 at the beginning of the year and now I have 5. And so I got the Essence Flawless Skin Trio. This one is the powder where it has purple, pink, and peach. And so I wanted to try this kind of product to see if it's something that I like. And so far, it's an okay product. I just think it's because I'm not used to pink under eyes, so it kind of scares me a little bit. So I do have to play with this product a little bit more to see if I actually do like this kind of product before I invest in a more expensive product in this kind of shade and whatnot. Next is my Real Hair Set Your Goal Blurring Veil. This is a powder that I haven't actually used yet. This is a powder that I pulled from my BoxyCharm just recently, so I haven't really used this one yet, but I feel like once I start to pan the ones that are in my projects, then I will reach for this one as my next setting powder. Next, I have the AOA Perfect Setting Powder. This one is in a matte translucent. If I go really heavy-handed with this powder, it makes my face look very white, almost like I have like a white cast. So I have to go very light with this powder. This one kind of gives me more of like a powdered sugar kind of texture. So it's very finely milled and a little bit goes a long way. Next is my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil in Translucent. This is in my project pan right now. And I think I'm going to be able to finish this before the end of the year, honestly, because I didn't realize how little product is left in here. So I'm almost done with this, but I don't know when I'm going to be done with this, although I feel like this product is actually very good. It's very blurring. I love using this to set the under eyes and all over the face. Really, really nice powder. And then lastly, I have my e.l.f. HD powder, of course. This one is similar to the AOA one, but this one gives me more of like a flower texture. I can go a little bit more heavy-handed with this one because it doesn't give me a whole, like it doesn't give me a white cast looking face when I use this to set the under eyes. When it comes to pressed powders, I started with 1 and now I have 4. And so this one is the AOA Perfect Finishing Pressed Powder. This one is essentially the pressed version of the loose powder. So technically I didn't need to get both powders, but I got them anyways. So this one would be really good to travel with if I don't want to carry a loose setting powder. Really nice, very light as well, and I feel like I can go a little bit more heavy-handed with this one because it's a pressed powder. So it's a pretty good powder as of right now. This is my Galactic Luminous Face Powder in Light. And I've used this a couple of times. This is a really nice finishing powder that gives me a nice glow all over the face if I am looking way too matte and way too dry. So I've only used this a couple of times, but I do really like this, and I'm using this sparingly because I don't have any other finishing powders like this one right now in my collection. Next is my NARS pressed, what is this? Light Reflecting Setting Powder. Pressed in translucent crystal, and this one is in my project pan as well. As you can see, it has a really nice pan in it already, and so I feel like I'm gonna be able to finish this by the end of the year. It's a really nice powder to set under the eyes as well, so I do go in and set the under the eyes with this powder when I don't want to use a loose setting powder. And it gives me a really nice blurred look. This is also really good to blot out any oils on the face throughout the day as well. So I really like this one right now. And then lastly, for my pressed powders, this is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake and Snatch powder. This one is in Peach Pie. I have not used this powder yet. I am waiting to pan one pressed powder first before I reach in with this one. So I have no idea how this will look on the face, but it's in my collection right now because it's been in my BoxyCharm stash for a little bit too long, and I really wanted to try things from Huda Beauty, so I'm excited to finally use this once I pan NARS. So that is my plan right now. Now we're moving on to concealers. For liquid concealers, I started with 4 and I still have 4. So we didn't go up or down in this category, which is really nice. This is my AOA Flawless Liquid Concealer in L3. This one has a lot of concealer in it, like a lot of product. And this one so far, in my opinion, is not the best for under the eyes. But when it comes to brightening up the rest of the T-zone, it's an okay product. I don't know if I will purchase this again just because it doesn't wow me. It's not impressive enough for me to purchase this, even though it's affordable. And this is my Kofi Concealer in Ice Berry. I really like this one as a brightener. And this is more of a moisturizing formula for me to use under the eyes. So I go and use this for the under eyes, and then for the AOA concealer, I use that for the rest of my face. And it does a really good job at not creasing too much under my eyes. This is my newest concealer in my collection. This is by Danessa Myricks. This is the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex Concealer in the shades number 6. And this is a really cute concealer container. It's so like, I don't know, I just feel like it's so bougie and like classy. But I really like the doe foot applicator. It's a little kind of like a little boot. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but really love the applicator. This is a really nice finish as well. I've only used this 2 times, so I don't really have like a final verdict of whether or not I like this, but as of right now, it's a really nice hydrating formula, and it's just so cute. Look at this. I think I might travel with this one, honestly. And then I have my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer in shade 150. Really like this concealer. This is an oldie but goodie. I used up so many tubes of this growing up when I first started with makeup and everything. Still love the formula. Now that I'm older and I have more experience with makeup, I don't like the sponge applicator anymore. It's kind of annoying, honestly, because it doesn't give me enough product. So I'm probably going to remove the sponge applicator and just use it directly from the spout. Okay, and then when it comes to concealer stick, I started with none and now I have 2. So this is my CoverGirl, what is this? I forgot what this is called, but this is my CoverGirl concealer stick in light pale, and this is kind of like in a lipstick tube. Really nice, very hydrating. This is the concealer stick that I can actually use underneath my eyes and it won't crease. It keeps my under eyes hydrated, and I really like the finish of this. Very creamy. Even when I do spot concealer with this, it doesn't dry down too much and it's still blendable. So I really like this one. And then my other one is by AOA. This one is in Light Ivory. This is a really nice stick concealer for spot correcting. I have used this so much because it's not as creamy as my CoverGirl one, and so this one I don't have to leave it on the face for too long when I spot correct. I do not put this on the under eyes though because it can get very creasy and dry looking, so this is only good for spot correcting in my eyes. So I started with 1 concealer palette and I only still have 1 concealer palette. This is all I need really. So I really like this idea of having a concealer palette like this where I can color correct and bronze and everything all in one place. Really love it. But I don't know if I'm going to get another concealer palette in the future. I'm going to see how long it takes for me to pan a product like this first before I can determine whether or not to get singles or a palette in the future again. But right now, I really, really like this for the convenience. The, you know, everything in one place kind of thing is really ideal for me right now, especially since I am pretty busy with everything going on in my life. So having everything in one place is really, really nice. Okay, so when it comes to setting sprays, I started with 2 and now I only have 1. And the reason why I have this bottle right now is because I used up this setting spray and before I purchased this e.l.f. one, and I do not like the mist on this. It's too fine. I feel like I'm not setting my face at all. I don't feel it on my face at all, and it just doesn't do anything to me, for me. So what I actually do is I transfer the setting spray into my Ciate Vitamin Boost setting spray because I like the spray in this a lot better. It mists better, and I feel like I actually get the setting spray on my face and not just all over the air, you know what I mean, like all over my hair and everything. So that's the reason why. I just wanted to show y'all that this is my only setting spray, but I've used a different bottle because I don't like the mist for this, which is shocking because I thought I would like the fine mist better, but I actually do not. So I don't know if I will get this again in the future. Anyways, y'all, I hope you like this video. I know this one was kind of a boring one. I know some people don't like watching the base and complexion part of the makeup inventory, but I kind of do, not gonna lie. I kind of like look at what people are kind of gearing towards and whatnot. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below on what you would like to see next, and I will see you next time. Bye!